Hey, what's up?
Hey, yeah, I'm gonna finish my sessions later because I need to be here for you.
I appreciate that, man.
And I know that this session's gonna take a little bit longer for me.
Sure.
So hold on, I'm gonna open up your drive. Alright. Yeah, for now I'm sitting at -100, which is fine. I'm gonna dig out of this drawdown later.
Yeah, you're gonna split up your sessions?
Yeah.
Nice.
Alright, that's good. I just imported the video so I can have it for later. Let's look at this. Alright, man. So I'm gonna open up my So today I'm not gonna say anything. We're gonna focus on 1 hour sessions, trading sessions.
Okay.
Can you open up your Tradecraft?
Sure.
I want you to keep in track of the macro range width.
Okay.
If it's smaller than 6 tick, I want you to tag for a small macro range, and if it's bigger than 8 ticks, I want you to tag for the larger one.
Okay.
We're gonna do pattern interruptions after 2 consecutive loss or 10 consecutive wins. All right.
Cool. Let's do it.
Yeah, and let's. I want you to aim for the 80% win rate, but it's just like an objective to have in mind.
Sure. Sounds good.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah, let's go, man.
What are you guys doing?
Slip drills.
Okay.
Nice, you already identified the prior range, which is nice.
Yeah. I really like this one. This is a picture perfect range. Okay, there's a double top and a double bottom. I want to look for 91.75.
Alright.
take the tick if it'll give it to me. Took a break even there. I was tempted to flat down here, but it kind of had that slip look to it where it was gonna, jump back in for a break even.
Yeah, and you had like one tick in your favor at the very beginning of it, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
And the break even was nice anyway. I felt like you should. I think you should have been a little bit quicker on this one.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
But it's just a warm up anyway, so that's normal, and it's still a win because you get out for break even, which is nice. And yeah, just keeping track of the width of the
Yep.
in this range. But this one is 8, so it's a larger one.
Okay.
Good attempt, and yeah, good try. Just a little bit quicker, you could have your ticks. That's fine. But at least you got the right reaction when the price goes against you.
Yep.
Which is nice.
This might be setting up a small range here, but I'm not too confident about it. Just gonna wait for it to confirm a little bit more before I trade it. See us hold this reclaim right here a couple more times. I want to see it loosen up a little bit and then come back down. Alright, so there's a loosening. Now I'm comfortable taking it. I'm going to go for 92.5 if I can. It's gone. Big orders coming in down here.
Hello.
Up, Mira.
Hey.
What's up, Yuki?
You killed it today, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was fantastic. I mean, super patient because the market was. Yeah, I mean, it's super choppy today. It's like weird price action. So yeah, so just being super careful.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Alright.
The turn.
How you doing, Chronic?
One break even so far.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, did you, or at least, did you have like time this weekend to watch the quote unquote lesson?
What lessons? What are we talking about?
The recording you have about Wednesday.
Oh, to rewatch that. No, I haven't rewatched it. That's a good fucking idea. I need to write that down. Fuck, my memory is so short term.
No worries. Holy shit! What happened with Taco? He finished trading?
Yeah, I think he's done trading.
Okay.
I guess
So-
that's why you remember this.
Yeah. So, Chronic, have you seen like at least some of those concepts we talked about like playing out here?
As far as reversals go, it's and I talked about this with Yuki yesterday. It's like it's so far outside of my comfort zone. And I think for the purpose of these drills for the next week, I need to stick inside my comfort zone, because I see what you're talking
Okay.
about. Like if I draw the if I draw this,
Yeah, I was thinking about exactly the same. Yeah,
you know, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
yeah.
But in my mind, I'm looking for longs here because we're still uptrending, you know. So it's very
Yeah.
contradictory the way my mind works, and I just don't want too much of that contradictory thinking to influence my trades.
Absolutely. Yeah, I absolutely agree 100% with you. I mean, when you are trying to nail down and, improve the edge, and not only the edge, because, edge, you have edge, but the execution of your edge, absolutely 100%. You should stick to your comfort zone.
That being said, though, I do like the change in character here. We've got a reclaim right here that it seems to be respecting, so I might be looking for shorts here. Let's see if it holds. I'll try it. I'll pull that, wait for it to come back up again. I really like this micro range here. I think that's gone.
Yeah,
But I, in a way, I am seeing what you're seeing, because now we've established this uptrend, and just now we failed to take back that reclaim, which means that we might be heading into a downtrend. You know.
Yeah, good observation. Yeah.
Actually,
But at the same time, you also have another reversal, which is that one exactly.
Yeah.
You can see it. Yeah, and that one would be like interesting to take along, like following your idea, because you have, the uptrend momentum. That's the one you are leaning on, right?
Yeah.
Because that's like a general tendency. But at the same time, if you have a reversal that is allowing you to actually get long, that's double confirmations. That would be like nice to, maybe executing with your edge. So if you, for example, if you like, because we're in an uptrend, you need to wait for something like what just happened here. You see that the price action was going to the upside and then flush to the downside, taking liquidity. Okay. So if you wait for that in this uptrend, that would be like a good entry point, because that is actually like the only criteria that I use to actually getting long into a trend. Like, I really need to see, the price action pull back in quite a lot, and then establishing like a micro range, like we talked like Wednesday.
Yeah.
To actually go to the upside. If not, probably price action is going to stop around your entry.
Yeah, what a monster trend. It's kind of a reclaim here. There's like a tiny range set up here. I suppose this trend is screaming up. I'm going to try 1350. That's a breakout. I'll flat it there.
Yeah, nice. Nice quick exit.
Small range setting up here. I'm going to try 750 short. It's gone. Okay, just confirmation of a range setting up here. I'm going to try to short 5. It's kind of compressing downwards, though. Let's see if it'll get it to loosen up a little bit. Okay, short 5. It's breaking out. I'm going to flat that.
I just can't stop losing.
Who said that?
And I exit.
What'd you say, Zach?
I just can't stop losing, bro. Oh my god.
Having a rough day. Shit.
Yeah,
Tell
man.
us how you really feel.
No, I got blue at 1, so I'm just like, fuck. So I'm like, this price action not doing me well. I don't know what's happening, but every read I'm making is just, literally goes the opposite way. I'll place my trade, and 5 seconds later I'll get stopped out.
It's fine, man. Just tag it, review it, watch it back later.
If I lose this, 75. I'm happy right now. I'm done for the day.
Okay, we failed to take this reclaim back here. See if we can get confirmation of a range here, and I'll try to short 7. There it is. Short 7. Breaking out, flat. Alright, I think those are my 2 consecutive losses, so I'm going to pattern interrupt.
Yeah. Let's take a break here.
Get up and stretch. Fucking back hurts.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna stand up, get a glass of water. Maybe look at something far away outside my window so my eyes aren't straining.
Yeah, good idea.
I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Sure.
Okay.
Vai, собака бешеная.
Alright, I'm back.
Твою ты, заебали.
You there, Yi?
Yep, up here.
6 miles away, there's a really nice range that's set up here. Although I would have been trading this one short. Which I suppose wouldn't have been the end of the world. It probably would have given me a few ticks, but clearly it broke out to the upside. There's a couple more ranges over here. This one's real tight. This one's a little looser. We're in one now. Confirmation of a double bottom. I might look for 725 short. Maybe 7. I think that's gone.
Do we think we're ever gonna come back to like the previous day of low, or no?
Couldn't tell you, man. I'm on a 1 second chart, dude. I don't even know where the low day is.
1 second chart. Whoa. Well, I mean that's probably why you're thinking really fast. I was wondering though. What style of trading do you do for the 1 minute chart or 1 second chart? I've never heard of that.
Well, I'll tell you in a second.
Gotcha.
So it's getting really loose up here.
Okay.
That's breaking out now. See if we can defend this reclaim, establish an uptrend. Okay, it looks like we're establishing a trend. I'm going to be looking for 5 longs. I want to see it get a little loose first. I might have missed my entry, but that's okay. I just want a little bit more confirmation that we're in range. I'll try 525. I think that's gone.
It's on idea, Chronic.
Good range, though. Solid range.
Yeah, absolutely. Establishing a little micro range down here. I'm be trying a long here, 650. Take the first tick if it'll give it to me. That's breaking out. I'm gonna flat that. I think that was a good cut there.
Another little micro range establishing here, but we've got a reclaim right here that we didn't take back. I might be looking for a short side. 550 roughly. No, I think that's gone. So we're taking back reclaims to the upside now, which is reestablishing uptrend. I'm going to try 5 here. Try 525. I think that's breaking out. I'm going to flat that one. So I did like that one. It looked like a pretty solid little range there. But that's another 2 consecutive losses, which means I need to pattern interrupt again.
Do you feel like you hesitate too much before entering?
Yeah, I'm definitely hesitating on entries.
It's the drill, so I want you to really, as soon as you identify there is a range, you just go for it. And you don't even mind the direction you're gonna take one tick anyway, so...
Okay,
you just have to be quick and don't hesitate.
let me visualize that real quick.
Yeah, good idea.
Alright. Let me close my window real quick because it's distracting. One sec. Alright. I'm going to do something a little different here. I'm going to start... just for the sake of the drill, and because, you know, this drill session is almost over. We're like more than halfway through this drill session already. What I'm going to start doing is I'm just going to lean more into my, like, subjective trading. Because I do think that I'm having good reads, but I'm not executing on them because I'm trying to be too objective. I'm trying to, like, oh, I need to try this, I need to make sure I have this, and I need to make sure there's 2 double tops, and I need to make sure that I just want to...
Try your gut feeling.
Yeah, I want to play a game and just see if I can play this game with gut feeling, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, I like that we're still respecting this little range here. I'm going to try to get mean favor at 5, I think. Okay, I'm going to catch it on the right side of the V here. Missed it, that's okay. That was a good read. See if they can push it a little lower, maybe 450. Okay, I'm going to take that. Take the 1 tick off of it if it'll give it to me. Break even. I'll take it. It's just it's compressing against me a little too much, which is why I took that break even.
Yeah, and you had your. I think you had like a pop of 2 ticks. You could exit market out for 1 tick.
Yeah, that's true. So now, because we're compressing down into this range, I'm hesitant on longs. Let's see. We just spiked through some liquidity. Let's see if we start establishing a new micro trend. Yeah, I'm going to take 425 if it'll give it to me. Filled. I feel like a break even is still warranted because I'm looking for a break of this struggle, but it's not really giving it to me. So I'm going to be hands off until it loosens up a little bit more, because I don't want this compression going against me.
Does it really look like a range anymore?
To me, here's what I'm looking at. And no, if it keeps compressing like this, it's not a range. I'm hoping for like a, like a break up, but it's not doing that. So I want to see it get loose again. This does not look like range. We did kind of print some reclaim here though. See if we can hold this downtrend. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, it looks like we're establishing a range here. I'm gonna try short 175. That's gone. Yeah, that was a good attempt. That is a nice looking range right there. Okay, there's no range establishment here. I'll try 9875 if it'll give it to me. It's gone. That's not what I meant to do. There's a little micro range developing here. I'm gonna try it. No, that's gone. I don't think that was a great range either. I think that was impatience. Okay, there's a little micro range forming here. Try 425. Filled. That's a breakout flat.
Right, nice. Small, yeah, you damage control correctly here. Rick,
What's up?
I keep saying that, like, you see the macro range.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's best to, as soon as you see it, play the side where it is. Because when you are waiting for your side, most of the time it might be too late and you catch the breakout. I mean, it seems to be the team today.
Yeah, I mean 100% of my trades have been long. That's not true. I had 2 shorts, but still, they're all to the long side.
But it's been multiple times that you identify there is a macro range, but you catch the breakout of it,
Yeah.
and it's because you're expecting again. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you expect the price to go in your favor, kill you, and then reverse. But when you just identify there is a range, I want you to try to play it the way the side where the price is, you know,
Sure.
and try to be quick. Because the more, you know, the more the macro range play out, the more good chance there is this could be a breakout, you know.
Yeah. So there's definitely a range here. I'm gonna try it. Short. Didn't fill. That's gone. See if it respects the lows. I'm gonna try at the lows.
Out fast.
Got
Nice.
1 tick out of
See?
it.
Not expecting, you are reacting.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Alright, range lows. I'll try it again. It's a tick out of it.
See?
See if we respect range highs. No, it looks like a breakout. Yeah.
When you are not expecting and you are reacting of the price, it's way better, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So be quick. I know you can be really fast, so use this edge for you. Just make sure there is a range before going into the market.
Yeah, I'm gonna start tracking the cursor just because you're right. I want to execute as soon as I see a range.
Yep.
Instead of trying to predict it. So it looks like a range is developing here. I'm gonna try short 6. Take the tick. It's hovering a little bit. That's breaking out. Okay, this is setting up for micro range. That's gone. Okay, this is setting up for micro range. That's gone. Try it again. I think that's gone. Try it again, filled. It's breaking out. I think those are my 2 consecutive losses, right?
Yep.
Alright. Oh, fuck. I might have to call out there. That's 1 hour, right? I think so.
Maybe soon.
Yeah, I don't want my drill sessions to go longer than that. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm struggling.
Yeah, and that's the conditions. It's very uptrending. But most of the time you were trying to predict rather than just react to edges, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good point. I want to finish my day and look at some book of charts. I want to do ascending. And maybe what I'll do is I'll do I know videos are very laggy, but and I want to filter for where is it? Clear. So this one's interesting. Looks like I'm trying to get short on a retest of a slip range. This one's good. It looks like I am trying to catch the bottom of this developing slip range, although it's not picture perfect. That last one worked out. Now I'm trying to do it again. Just trying to get the bottom of this slip range. So it's not picture perfect. Like, this does not look like a slip range, but it is slipping, you know. This one was a short, it looks like. So it looks like I'm just shorting this larger slip range. Some of them don't show my entry. This one was a long, so I'm clearly just playing the bottom of this slip range, waiting for the right side of the V. There's a couple green bars there, which is good. Same thing, about a 5-tick, 6-tick range right there that I'm playing. Is this a long? Yeah, this one's a long. This one might be a little too premature because I'm playing a breakout. Maybe what I'll do is I'll favor or filter for micro mean favor. Oh, and slip favor. What the fuck am I thinking? Let's do slip favor too. Nice, I like this one. It's kind of like a channel. Getting the slip entry on it. Following the trend. This one's nice. It's a nice, pretty clearly defined slip range, although I'm not really waiting for the best confirmation. That trade was still a winner, though. I got a tick out of it. This one I'm playing a breakout. This one's kind of a re-rack, so it looks like we had an established range here. And then we're coming back up into it, and I'm trying to play this little tiny micro range right here, 5 ticks wide. Trying to get the bottom of it, or at least 1 tick below the bottom of it. This one is a short. And if I'm just ignoring the fact that I'm over trading, it just looks like a solid range. Nice, solid slip range. Not perfection. I'm not trying to go for perfection. I'm just slightly above the point of control. But I think I got... it says I got a massive win out of that, so I was probably overholding. This one is a long trade. I'm kind of slip mid on this. I think this is tagged wrong. I'm kind of slip mid here. This one I'm playing a reversal. Again, not really slip favor. I think these trades are so old, I don't think I was really tagging them right. But that's okay. This one I would consider slip favor because we're clearly uptrending and there's a tiny little slip range right here. That one was a winner. I got 4 ticks out of it. This is a short. I got trend favor, little slip range setting up here, and I'm trying to play the outer edge. Waiting for the outer edge of it. I like this one. I like this trade a lot. Was it a winner? Yes, this was a big winner. I had zero drawdown on that one. What's this? This is a short. It's kind of the same thing. I'm a little mid on it. I would consider this to be the wider slip range, a little mid on it, but still trend favor. And this one ended up being a winner too. I got 6 ticks out of it. So again, short, we got huge momentum, trend favor, slip range setting up down here. It is compressing a little bit, but that doesn't matter too much because it is still loose enough. And this one was a winner. I got 2 ticks out of it. This is a long. I think this is a long reversal play, so we clearly broke out of this slip range, and now I'm going long on the retest with a little bit of slip advantage. It's slipping. This is a 3-second chart, so if it was a 1 second, this slip range would be a lot more clearly defined. But I would definitely consider that slip favor. What is this? This is a long. I think I'm considering this to be a wider slip range. So that's medium. I would consider that a medium range, not a micro. I think on the micro there's none. I don't think there's any slip range here. Let's go to page 2. Let it load for an hour. I think this is a good combination of tags to filter for in my chart book.
If you had data on it, why not? Yeah.
Yeah, I may as well, right? Just spend a couple minutes looking through these each day. I think these are great. This is a long trade. I think I'm trying to catch momentum to the upside here. We're about to reclaim this prior range. But I don't think this is necessarily slip favor. Yeah, I don't think so. I think this is a little too impulsive. I think it worked for me still. Yeah, it worked for me. This is a great trade. I like this one. Long, bottom of a clearly defined slip range. It did break out here temporarily, but the fact that it came down and re-racked it, I would still consider this to be a valid range, even if it did break out there temporarily. Again, going long at the bottom of the slip range. It's kind of channeling up. So I'm kind of adjusting. I'm not trying to go long directly at the bottom. I'm like a little bit more mid because it is printing higher lows, which I like. I think it's worth a few more ticks of risk to get the entry on it, because it is uptrend. You know, higher low, higher low, higher low. I think that is uptrend, and I am still slip favor. It's not like I'm trading a breakout here. I'm still trading a mean reversion. This is a short. So that's an order that's open, so I'm waiting for it to come up and fill that. I think that's a little too aggressive. Although it is Trent favor. I think what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to play this liquidity right here. I'm hoping it touches this liquidity and doesn't trade through it. Is this also a short? Yes, this is also a short. No slip. I think this is tagged wrong. This is a long. I think that's slip favor because again, this is a 3-second chart. If you expanded it out, it wouldn't be picture perfect, but it is slipping for those 10 seconds. It looks like 3, 6, 9, 10. Yeah, like 15 seconds.
Volatility wasn't the same. So.
Exactly. Yeah. This is also a long. This is kind of pushing it because it's uptrending, and I'm trying to continue the trend by longing the bottom. Was this a winning trade? Yeah, I got 2 ticks out of it for 2 ticks drawdown. But I think this is pushing it. I think this is just a little too whippy. I should be waiting for, like, if I got long at the bottom of this one, I think it would be a lot better. I think this is too whippy. This is just catching a knife, it looks like. Long. It worked. I got 4 ticks out of it, but I think that's catching a knife right there. I like this one a lot. I think this is a wider slip range. Again, 3-second chart, so on a 1-second chart this would look really long. And it's disrespecting the top here, but I think that's fine. Like if it breaches the top by 3 ticks, but then it comes back in and it starts confirming again, like it's confirming, then I think it's valid, considering that a slip range right there. Getting long at the edge, but not the perfect edge. I think that's a good trade. Was it a winner? Yes. Long, right? Yeah, this is back when I had that fucking knife catching problem, where I was always trying to get long at the bottom of a fucking knife. It works sometimes. In this case, I got $175 out of it, but it's a fucking dangerous game to play. This is a short trade, so I think this is a bad trade. I think getting short where my stop loss is would have been better, because it is printing a slip range here. I would have liked to be near the last peak, which is like 1575 or whatever that fucking print is. I think this is slip against. Again, some of these are fucking tagged wrong. This is a long trade. Slip mid. I think if I'm counting this as a wider slip range, I think I'm slip mid on it. But I could see what I was thinking. I think an ideal entry would have been just a little lower, like 2 or 3 ticks lower would have been an ideal entry on that. This is a short. I can see what I was thinking here. We had a very nice slip range back here. We breached it, and now it looks like we're re-racking. I think it's solid. I think that's a solid entry. It is kind of mid if we're considering this the slip range, but it's near the last peak, and I think the last peak defines a slip range, because I'm hoping we're going to keep printing lower highs. So I would consider this a slip favor good trade. It's just kind of it's a slip range that's like, let me get my fucking flame shot out. Print screen, thank you. It's in my mind, it's a slip range that's just diagonal. You know, so I'm just playing the outer end of the slip range, hoping it's going to keep going diagonal like that. What is this, a long? Yeah, this one's a long. I don't like this trade. I don't think I have slip favor. Because now at this point, like back here, it was a slip range, but now if it breaches twice like that, then it's clearly range expanding. And now there's a bigger range that I have to deal with, and this is mid as fuck on it. And it's catching a knife, kinda, so I think this is a bad trade. this is a good trade. This is a great fucking trade. So, a pretty wide slip range. This is probably like a medium time frame slip range. And I'm catching the bottom of it, right side of the V, so it just printed a big old reclaim. I'm waiting for 3 or 4 green candles, catching the right side of the V. And this was a great trade. I got, what is that, 10 ticks out of it? 8 ticks? Great trade here. I also like these, I like these preceding ones. I think we just looked at those, didn't we? I like this one. I think there's like a new slip range forming up here. This is the one I just looked at. I don't like this one. This one was a good attempt, I think. It was a good loser. And it gave me information. So like losing trades give you information sometimes. I think when I took this loss and then it came back up, I'm like, oh, that's information that there's a wider reclaim. And I used that information the next time, which I think is a sign that I'm not just a monkey and that I can actually fucking read price action. This is a short. I would like a little bit more confirmation or slip favor, like 1750 or something like that. I think this is a little too aggressive on the entry, but I like the idea. You know, we printed a reclaim, we failed to take it back, we tested it twice. Now it's an established downtrend. We're setting up a nice, clearly defined slip range. I just would have liked a better entry. And let's see, did I eat drawdown? Yeah, I ate 2 ticks of drawdown. So if I just went 2 ticks higher, that would have been a good entry. What's going on here? This is a long. Am I trying to get long down here? Yeah, this is a. I'm trying to play that liquidity, so I'm not going to count that. This is a good trade. I like this slip range, although it is trend against, but I think it's a reversal play. We're getting pretty good confirmation of a reversal here. If I get rid of that. You can't really see the bottom of the screen, but it looks like we're taking back liquidity. So we had that liquidity we took back. We're curving upwards. We're printing new ranges. And I'm just trying to get long at the bottom of the last peak. Those peaks are so important. That's what I'm learning by looking at these chart books, is I think those peaks are really important, especially when they're loose, those loose peaks. I don't necessarily like that I have a resting order here, and I'm waiting for it to come to me. But I also don't hate it, because I have a lot of edge, you know? And because these peaks are so loose, like, imagine trying to catch that with a limit order. It's just not realistic, per se. I think using resting orders has its place. Fat Cat would say, like, oh, you should never have resting orders, but I definitely do think that it's warranted in some situations. Not all situations, but some. This one, I would have liked this as a short. Getting short up here, because now it looks like we're invalidating the reclaim. So this is a trade after this one. It looks like we tried to reverse, but now it failed, and it's failing, and I would have liked this to be a short trade. Yeah, and you can see it was a loser. What is this? Is this a long? I think this is a decent long. Again, I would have preferred to be short up here. I think that's the way the wind's blowing, but this is a decent attempt. It's definitely slip favor. It's not perfect slip, because again, it breached by like 5 or 6 ticks right here. You know, if we're considering this the slip range, this breached by 5 or 6 ticks, but it re-racked. And it seems to be respecting. So maybe offsides, but still good. I would like yellow star this. And we'll do one more page, and then I'll call it a day. I think this is useful. I think what I'm doing here is helping. It's itching that that itch I got in my brain. I think this is catching a knife. I'm playing the liquidity again here, but that even if playing the liquidity, that's way too aggressive. This is a good attempt. I think there's a good slip range developing right here, and I'm playing the peak kind of. I think the entry is I could probably do a couple more ticks. Let's see, did I eat drawdown? Yeah, I ate a lot of drawdown on that. I ate 3 ticks of drawdown, so I could have gotten away with a much better entry. but it's a solid trade. I like it. This almost looks exactly like the last one. That's funny. Good trade. I like this. Playing the last peak. And again, it's kind of a diagonal slip range. But that's good because there's higher lows. It means we're uptrending. We're leaving behind reclaim. We're taking back this reclaim. Solid trade. What is this? This is a short. So what am I trying to do here? Oof, this is volatile. What day is this? It's March 4th. Yeah, I think March 4th was when the volatility started kicking up like a motherfucker. How do I feel about this trade? Oh, this is where my fucking brains start getting scrambled because this is fucking high volatility. I can tell you for sure I would have liked it way more if it was up here. If I was playing the last peak, because we got one peak here. Actually, it might be useful for me to draw this one out. So let me do this. We get a peak here. We get a peak here, right? And it's pretty clear that we are in some sort of a slip range. You can't see it all because it's so fucking volatile. But I would say like there's a slip range going on in here. It's clearly slipping. You just can't see the outer edges. But what I'm essentially trying to do is play the last peak, the peak of the slip range. Yeah, I've got a huge reclaim favor. It looks like there's not a ton of reclaim behind me. I think this is a solid trade. Entry could have been a lot better, obviously. But it's not horrible. I don't hate it. You know. Oof. Got murdered on that one. Is this really tagged as a green star? Was it a win? Oh, I think see what happened. So I must have must have been a retry because I took that long there, and I think what's gonna happen is if I play the video for a second, yeah, I'm gonna get long again, and it's gonna work. But either way, I don't like this trade. I don't have slip favor. I do have reclaim favor, but it's kind of like if I had an ideal entry here, it would have been at the bottom of the last peak, kind of where my stop loss is. What is going on here? This looks cool. This is a long trade. I like it. I think this is a solid long trade. We had a really clearly defined slip range here. We breached it, and now we're kind of re-racking. And I'm playing the last peak, so there's a peak right here, and I'm kind of playing it, and I'm waiting for a little bit of confirmation, and let's just watch the trade. Could have been a little tighter on the entry. Yeah, it could have been a lot tighter on the entry. Could have been tighter on the exit too. Yeah. That's okay. We can't all be perfect. Yeah, decent trade. I would have liked 2 or 3 more ticks. Favor. Now this is where we start getting into the shared charts. It looks like I'm playing a V flush. It's re-racking. Is this a long? Yeah. Again, I think this is solid because we've got a clearly defined slip range. It's breaching on both sides, which is interesting. It breached the high, and now it's breaching the low. I think there's a really good chance it's going to come back and re-rack in here and keep respecting this range, at least for a little bit. I've got the reclaim favor. We invalidated that reclaim on the left there. I think this is a good trade. I think this is a solid trade. Ooh, I like this even more now. So what we got going on here is let me get this guy out. There is a little slip range right here that you can barely see. I think this is a, what chart is this? This is a 10 second, I think, and this is a 30 second because the volatility was so high I had to zoom out. if you looked at a 3 second or a 1 second, this would be a very nice slip range. And it looks like I got long right here, which is slip favor. And I bet you any money if we play the video. Let's go back to my entry. So I place the order near the bottom. I get filled, eat a couple ticks drawdown, and then it pretty quickly goes in my favor. Yeah, great trade. Love that trade. Whew, look at all these drawings, man. I remember this was a very confusing day because Fat Cat was like, if there's too much shit on the chart, then we're confused. I think that's exactly what was going on. This is a long trade. It's kind of the same thing I just did, where we established a good slip range, it breached, and now I think we're gonna re-rack it. But I think my entry's impulsive. Let's see. It's not horrible, but I would like to establish a bit more of a slip range. Like even here, these 1, 2, 3 bars right here, I would consider that a slip range. And getting in on the slip favor. It never would have gave it to me, but I still think that's better than just going on pullbacks. But again, this was fucking VIX 50, so it could have been doing weird shit. And it was a winning trade, so it couldn't have been too bad. What is this? This is a short. It's not horrible. I'm kind of slip mid on it. I would have liked to be a little closer to the outside. But we're filtering for winning trades, so clearly this one worked. Could have been a lot tighter on my exit. Although, fucking VIX 50, this could have been 1 micro. Actually, it probably was. MES 1 micro. Yeah, it literally was 1 micro. So I need like 10 points of profit for it to be worth it. And I think that's what I get out of it. Right? No, not really. I think this is the ideal exit. It's bottom of the slip range. Solid trade. I wish I had a better entry, but that's fine. What is this? This is a long trade. So we breached it almost like a V flush, and we re-racked it, and we're respecting. I would have liked this to be a short. I would have liked to be short up here. I'm not crazy about this as a long, because we faked out the topside liquidity, and now we could be targeting this downside liquidity. I don't like having that on my back, so I wish this was a short. But for a long, it's not horrible. It's worth a scalp, and I hope that's what I do with it. I hope I take a scalp. Yeah, I do. Let's do a few more here. Ooh, retry. See, look how good of a short that would have been. Could you imagine? Like, that's a fucking perfect short up there. God damn, Alex, what are you thinking, buddy? Get in there. I want that short, dude. Looking at this chart, I'm like, short. But I guess I went long, and I think it worked. Yeah, kinda. Not horrible. What am I doing here? Long. Yeah, I think this is a good trade. There's a slip range developing right here. I think this is a 10-second chart. So I have slip favor there, and we've got reclaim advantage, kind of a reversal, and it looks like we're going to re-rack this prior range. I need to be tighter on my exit though. Is this one micro? This was 2 micros. So I think I was struggling with contentment issues with sizing back then. That's a great trade if I just took it off right there. But anyways, keep moving. This is a retry of the same idea. This is a 30-second chart now. I'm zoomed out. I think that's a good trade. Yeah, that's a great trade. Slip favor into the reclaim. Nothing bad to say about it. What is going on here? Long. Yeah, so slip range, breach, re-rack, and we're continuing to slip range. I think it's a good reversal play because we got so much fucking reclaim above us. Yeah, decent trade. I like that. and then a short. So I flipped, and I think that's a good short. I think I'm playing the outer edges of the slip range, looking for a continuation. I think that's a good trade.
No, Takois wasn't today. He's going through his Buko chart.
Who do I have muted? Yeah, let's keep going here. Is this another short? So 1 short, 2 short. I think that one's decent. A little closer to mid on it, though. I think I could have been a little better on the entry. This is a long. What's going on here? I'm not so crazy about this one. I don't think there's... I would have to zoom in more to see exactly what's going on here, but quite clearly the volatility is so high I should be using this chart for reference. And while I do have favor on it, we're printing lower lows. We breached this liquidity, so there was liquidity here. We faked out above it and invalidated that reclaim. So I think this is downside, dude. I think there's a lot more downside to be had here. I'm not crazy about that long. Even though it does look good with the fucking range drawn. What's going on here? Long. So it looks like we breached, and we're re-racking. I'm not crazy about this. I would have liked my entry to be like a little lower down here, towards like 190s. Yeah, it's not horrible. What do we got going on here? This is a long. The price action is kind of telling me downtrend, but if I'm just looking at it objectively, I had slip favor here. I think that's a good trade. We kind of invalidated this reclaim too a little bit, so I think that's solid. Gotta pause these so I don't have 15 videos running at the same time. This was also a long. It's a 1 second chart. Yeah, I'm not great. I'm not crazy about this trade. Although the 10 second looks nice. That looks pretty. That looks pretty. So maybe it is a good trade. Sometimes the 1 second can just fucking look like shit. It doesn't help when there's 50 million drawings on it. Yeah, I think that's solid. This was when volatility was a little higher, maybe like VIX 30 or something. And I think that's a solid trade there. That little cute little slip range. Alright, that's the bottom of my page. So I got an extra 30 minutes of chart books in there for you. So now you can go tell Fat Cat that I'm not a fucking lazy piece of shit.
You're not.
Oh, fuck. Well, that made me feel a lot better. I kind of felt like shit after those drills, but doing the chart books for a little bit made me feel good.
I mean, you know why your drill didn't went really well, you know?
Yeah, I know what went wrong.
You were very always expecting and not reacting enough.
Yeah. Oh, I see you typing taco. I didn't see that before. Yeah, I'm just doing, just looking at, I filtered out for micro mean favor, slip favor, and clear trades. Also winning and like green star. So it's like really just the fucking the cream of the crop. Like mean favor, slip favor, clear, winning trades, and green star. But even then, even when I filter out for my best fucking trades, some of them look like shit. So I think that's good that I'm diagnosing that. What went wrong today? It was a multitude of things. The biggest one was just I was too hesitant on entries. So I would identify a range, and then I would wait for either the perfect entry or I would try to predict what was going to happen next. When I think the point is just to, you see a slip range, just play it. Just play it. It doesn't matter what direction, you know, just because that's the point of this drill, is to just get that muscle memory down. And I was just way too hesitant and slow today. I just need to be quicker, like pick up the tick. Any direction, doesn't really matter. I think that's also evident in the fact that 90% of my trades today were to the long side, which you could say, oh, well, we were uptrending, but the point of the drill is to just play the slip ranges no matter what. And I think in order for me to do that, they have to be closer to 50-50. It's never going to be exactly 50-50, because that's not how ranges work, but it should be closer to 50-50. I think the fact that I was 90% long means I was trying to predict, and I was trying to, oh, we're going to keep going, this one's going to break out to the upside, stuff like that, when I should just be playing the range for what it is. Do you have anything to add to that, Yuki?
Not really. I think you already know. Yeah. Can you set me your P&L today with every order you took?
Yeah. I lost track of tagging them, though. That's my fault. I suppose it wouldn't be hard if I just uploaded that video.